Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing very well today. I have a very strong opinion that I'm about to share with you, and that opinion is, I think Junkrat is the best character in the game. I have not been shy about this in the past. I'm pretty sure I said the exact same thing on the A through Z playthrough, although I might be paraphrasing a little bit. But he brings fantastic single target damage, fantastic AoE damage, fantastic mobility, great ults that can sway the tide of battle. He just has it all. And for some reason, he's not the most popular character in the game. He only has a 16% popularity. Which actually means there's three more characters that are seen more often than our dear Junkrat right here. I've been having some weird occurrences in Quick Match lately where it seems like almost all of my enemy teams group up as 5 and just push. So today on stream, I was coming up with some ideas to deal with that very problem. And Junkrat was first up on the list. I hope you guys enjoyed today's game. If you do, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And I'll see you guys again with another character later this week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Volskaya Foundry today. The friendly team, Junkrat, Greymane, Sonya, Anduin, and Johanna. The enemy team, Gall, Cho, Probius, Deckard, Kane, and the Butcher. At level 1, we're going to go for Tricky Shuffles. While the frag launcher has no charges left, Junkrat gains 15% or 10% movement speed, and his basic attacks deal 15% bonus damage. So for using our Q ability, we get benefits for when we've used it too much. So that cooldown in between, that cooldown period where you're waiting for it to reload, I think feels a little bit better. Now, I wanted to start off strong, so let's not get charged in by the Butcher. Looks like the enemy team is looking for the ARAM in the middle, and I need to remember that I'm not the front line for my team. I was having some trouble with that in our warm-up game. I was just running it down. I was running right in on people. Looks like the Butcher is falling back to try to get some safety. Let's give him a hand. Let's get him away from our team. Our Q ability is the frag launcher. It is a straight line skill shot that kind of bounces, so it does have some nuance to it. Once that has been fully depleted, as you can see, we don't lose any AoE potential, especially with that level 1 talent that we went for. Our W ability is the Satchel Charge Concussive Mine. We throw this on the ground, and then later we can detonate it to send our enemies flying. But it'll also send me flying as well, which is usually what I end up using it for. I have never gotten really good at actually splitting enemy team compositions down the middle with this thing, which I'm pretty sure is what you're actually supposed to be using it for. Our E ability is a landmine that we can lay down. It's like a bear trap, and if an enemy walks into that, they are going to be restrained for a short time. As you can see, our lane clear is phenomenal. It's actually totally okay to just let your Junkrat double soak lanes because he won't lose out on too much of anything, especially if you could take advantage of your comp versus an enemy teams. Like, we should do pretty good versus a Cho'Gall here. The Butcher did get a little bit of meat off of that kill, it looks like, and the fight is still going on in the top lane. But meanwhile, I'm just playing my little Junkrat game, just getting the XP globes and then leaving to get more XP globes. There is a rotation coming down to perhaps stop Probius from doing the same thing. Probius looks like he was ready for the challenge today. This might be a little bit of a coordinated team we're going up against here, boys, because normally Probius just kind of hunker down in their lane and don't do anything else. We're going to go for Taste for Explosions. This is well, maybe not infinite scaling, but if we hit enemies with our grenades, we get bonus damage to then hit them harder with our grenades soon after that. And with some of the talents that we are planning on going for, it makes it really easy to stack up those bonuses. I'm going to continue to rotate and spam these out every opportunity I get, although literally I've missed every single grenade shot so far, so maybe I'm setting a bad example. There is a little bit of time to get a mercenary camp if our friendly team wants to do that, and it looks like they're heading for that right now. We're also being healed up a little bit. There we go, nailed a couple, but at what cost? At what cost? Using my sippy cup this early kind of feels crummy, but I'm going to do it anyway, and we will head back up to this fight. Both teams sitting at level 6. No clear advantage going into this, although Cho'Gall kind of pushing in there. Deckard Cain's pretty low on mana. We might have the edge here. Probius is knocked away to safety. God, I hate myself. I'm going to stop doing that. But Greymane still was able to jump in there and secure that kill, no problem. Some bowling balls coming down from Gaul as they're looking for an opening, but not finding anything and just returning to the middle lane. Seeing Deckard stuck on the treadmill is kind of funny. He's just a silver-haired citizen trying to get some cardio. Cho'Gall is looking like they're going to start committing now. Butcher right behind them. We're going to go for Dirty Trickster at level 7. It's going to make it so if he gets stunned and I believe rooted, we're going to be able to actually drop down some bombs to help protect us. Cho'Gall moving up. I just got a refresh on my grenades and I'm firing them forward. That was actually some pretty good burst damage there. I'm going to throw down a trap into that group. Those guys were totally body blocked and we get the first mech of the game. I'm going to disable this first tower and start running this down middle. Looks like Sonya is my companion in crime today. And we should be able to get this wall down, especially with the Butcher and Probius being deleted. Remember, Cho'Gall is being controlled by 2 players, so if we do a better job of soaking and getting XP than the enemy team does, it can be very hard for them to get back into the game. Butcher is moving forward now with some damage. We're going to shield our Greymane here as the Butcher goes in, but we can also follow up with a lot of damage here as well. Unfortunately, he still can brand me, somehow getting blood out of the machine. He's committing pretty hard. I'm going to continue the chase on Deckard Cain here for as long as I can. We're hitting him with some pretty good shots. I'm going to be able to charge in 2 seconds. There it is. And we'll just clear this bottom lane too. Our goal should always be to get the full duration out of that mech whenever possible. Middle lane is pretty weak, so I'm going to start moving over here to try to take care of that. Butcher's still dead, so we don't have too many threats on the map. It should be totally okay that I'm pushed up this far. And we actually see Cho'Gall and Probius together down in the bottom lane. Okay. Fire off some shots here. We'll get our critical hits. That's what I was afraid of. Whoop. Just let that impact happen. Luckily, he's not level 10, so we don't have to worry about that silence just yet. And we were able to get back out to safety. At level 10, I usually go for Riptire, but I think there might be a case for Rocket Ride here, depending on the circumstances. I'm going to go for Riptire right now and hopefully not regret it. I'm going to commit to my normal choice. Riptire allows us to summon a massive controllable explosion that will deal damage and knock back enemies from its center. It can be very disruptive in the middle of team fights if used properly, and hopefully we'll be able to use it properly today. The enemy team rotating away. We do manage to land one of our grenades. Whoa, hold on. Should have gone for the other one. I don't think it actually would have saved me there. Butcher trying to hang on to some ground, but is taken down. Deckard Cain now being slowed by the team 2 and being spun on by our Sonya. That's a 2-for-1 kill. We're okay with that. Those guys literally emerged out of the shadows to take me down. That wasn't very fun. Friendly team was able to grab the healing there as well, and the enemy team has still not soaked enough XP to get those ultimates. Like, we actually ended up getting pretty far ahead on XP. They do have them now, and odds are they're going to be looking for a fight. The Butcher only sitting at 12 meat right now means he is not a full vegetarian just yet, but that diet is looking pretty leafy. We'll go ahead and clear out bottom lane. We could probably hit level 13 before this next objective, and if I'm not mistaken, yes, level 13 is a very fun level for our character. It turns us into a hyper mobile machine. Like, we can do so many things across the map. I think I just, no, oh God, run away, cancel it, get out of there. They were starting to converge. Losing my ultimate cooldown is worth saving my life. In 3 seconds, I will have a satchel charge to help out with the Butcher, but it looks like he's being pushed away. The satchel's out, and I didn't pull him back towards my team, but I tried. As these guys are running away, we'll continue to chase them with a volley of grenades. They could pretty easily turn this around, though. They have a lot of healing between the two of them. Cho'Gall choosing to run to the right, leaving Deckard vulnerable, and he is taken down. Now that we have level 13, we're going to get Ripper Air. This allows us to use our own satchel charge as a means of moving around the map. And if we only detonate this with us on top, we actually get a ton of cooldown reduction. And it also increases the range at which we are launching ourselves, meaning we basically just unlocked a massive spike to our mobility across the map. Couple that with the fact that we clear lanes nearly instantly, and all of a sudden we are a very fantastic macro-oriented player. Look at this. Just zoom down the middle lane, clear this out. Couple auto attacks. Zoom back up to our team. If you get the rhythm of this right, it's actually so much faster than using a mount, especially when you consider that you can circumvent walls with this as well. Enemy team pretty grouped up. I'm starting with the Riptire here. It is exploding on the majority of that enemy team. We're in kind of a bad spot here, so I'm just going to relocate back to the Sippy Cup, and then we could go back in. Greymane picking up a kill on Cho. Am I even calling him Cho'Gath? I'm calling him Cho'Gall, right? I get it backwards in League all the time. It's really, their names are way too similar. Cho'Gall is taken down. Looks like the friendly team on top of this objective again. Now, what do? Well, we don't need to stand here and watch the grass grow. We'll just keep getting XP for our team. Pushing out mid, and I'm going to go to the bottom lane now because I do not think that they will be able to get back in here. Also, we're getting even closer to that level 16 talent tier, which makes everything we're doing up till this point even stronger. It's a great... Hey, get away from me. It's a fucking huge level for us. So let's make sure we can get there. Cho'Gall sending half of his team down to the bottom lane by being there, but it looks like the Butcher was actually following. Objective is available up top right now, so I imagine Cho'Gall and the Butcher are going to be rotating up to stop that. So I'm actually just going to hang out down here. We should be totally fine. We'll be an XP soaking machine. We do still have a 3-level lead. It's about to be a 4-level lead if I have anything to say about it. There it is. And now we're going to get Spread Volley. Spread Volley allows us to activate this. It's on a 30-second cooldown. Allows us to activate this and then change all of our Q shots into... Instead of it being 1, it's 3 every time we hit Q. So it is a massive increase to our damage. It makes stacking our level 4 talent even easier because we're covering such a wide range with it. And it's like actually so much burst damage. If you can go up to an enemy and fire all of these at their feet, I tested it in try mode earlier today. I was able to do 3,000 burst damage to the target dummy. Like, it's kind of insane. Now, you can't use it all the time. You do have to save it for the right moment. But if you can catch an enemy up close, it is just so very good. Looks like our Greymane was able to get some kills on Probius. The friendly team fighting behind enemy lines right now. Are they going to be able to get out? I certainly hope so. Man, they're over there having all the fun. I'm just soaking XP. Does this move my satchel? Sure does. Butcher is above me fighting right now. Let's see if we can work our way over there. Spread Volley is available, but I probably shouldn't use it. We're just going to ult right here. Drive it right on in and steal that kill from my friendly team, who probably earned it way more than I did. But hey, we showed up in between the middle of our macro play and still helped out in the team fight. You love to see it. I'm going to zip right back down to the bottom lane and make sure this keeps moving in the right direction. We have a 4-level lead on this enemy team yet again, and then you guessed it, cycle right back to middle and keep it going. Butcher is going to be back up in 3 seconds, so I shouldn't be up here by myself for too long. But luckily, we do not have to be. Deckard actually looking towards me is a little scary. If he's running my way, that probably means there's reinforcements, but we do see everyone up top right now, which means I can get another lane for free down the bottom. I hope watching me play macro doesn't ever get boring, because this is my favorite thing to do. Just chill on the map, get XP, kill minions. It's just so satisfying. It always just brings such a smile to my face. Our ultimate ability is ready to go in 5 seconds. Let's get in here and see if we can do anything versus this enemy team. Rolling it out right now, chasing after pass interference. Come on. Come on, what are you doing? Didn't even use the spread volley there. The reason I was holding on to it is because it only affects what you have reloaded. So we just reloaded, so we're gonna have 4 shots that spread volley could use. But at the start of that fight, I was only looking at a couple shots. But I mean, we could sit right here and just melt these down if we wanted to. Next objective is going to be in the bottom lane, but I should be able to get this tower before that happens, or at least get this wall down. Friendly team moving in to finish off the rest of the building, so let's push up our minion wave to help out. I'm going to throw down my snare on the right side just in case someone walks into it. Actually being rooted there just increased my damage to the building. And now we're going to get cannonball. This increases... I'm going to try to keep moving this way. This increases the radius of all of our explosions. And yes, indeed, that also affects the spread volleys. So right now... I'm literally like blowing up the entire screen with all of this damage. Did you see that? Did you see how powerful that can be in the right situation? I did it! I did it! I actually hit an enemy with the satchel! Well, friendly team's moving in the game. I'm gonna use my turret to help me get this turret. Because why not? It can tank it for me. Just in case this game does continue, I'm also going to move down to the objective. You know, I don't want this to be over yet. I'm kind of having a good time. I'm just saying, although extending a match with the Butcher, it can be a little scary. Can be a little scary. I'm just the contingency plan, just in case they respawn and start to mess things up. I genuinely do believe that Junkrat is one of the strongest characters in the entire game. His ability to affect the entirety of the match, I think, is super understated. And I'm going to try to get him up to his gold ring pretty soon. He's going to be the next character who's a little far out that I'm actually going to focus my time on. Hopefully when we come back next week or the week after that, you'll be able to see some improvements off of what I've shown today, because it's been a little fucking while since I played him. We managed to get 33% of our team's structured damage. We shut down the Butcher. We out-soaked the enemy team who was deathballing with the Cho'Gall. I would say that went pretty well. Ended up doing 29,000 hero damage with 137,000 siege with 18,000 XP contribution. That's the highest in the game by a mile. Talents we went for today: Tricky Shuffles into Taste for Explosions, Dirty Trickster, Riptire, Ripper Air, Spread Volley, and Cannonball. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.